Reality Receipts.
Hi, guys. Welcome back to the Reality Receipts podcast starring me, Storytime with Ricky.
And me, Reality Ashley. We are back to talk about Summer House, Season 10, Episode 6. And we're also going to talk about Southern Hospitality, Season 4, Episode 1. If you didn't see it, last week we did an interview with Molly from Southern Hospitality. So we watched the episode, of course, to do the interview. And then we were so intrigued. We were like, let's cover this one because it's like similar to Vanderpump Rules, but I feel like they have a better thing going on over there than we saw from the new Vanderpump Rules. I know they're still new though, and this one's on season 4. Sometimes it takes some time to really get into it, and I feel like they're at that level on Southern Hospitality. So let us know if you guys are watching it. We're gonna recap the first episode today and see if you guys are into it or not. And definitely check out our interview with Molly. She spilled some good tea for us. So but before we get into that, we'll do Summer House. So much going on online with that one. Have you seen all the tea?
I haven't seen
Want me
all the
to?
online chatter. Can you fill me in?
Okay, so you know Dumois.
Yes, I know Dumois. Yes.
Yeah, so she posted that she had I think maybe we talked about this last time because this was quite a few days ago. She posted about Amanda and West being spotted, like,
Mm-hmm.
making out and holding
Mm-hmm.
hands under
Mm-hmm.
tables, right?
Right.
And so that people were very skeptical of that. We really didn't believe that that would happen. Amanda did appear on Jason Tartick's podcast. I think it's called Trading something, and she said she would never date a cast member. Now, of course, people say these things and they go back on them all the time. So
Mm-hmm.
she never came out though and said this whole West thing isn't true. She never like publicly denied it. Then the next day, Dumois posted this picture saying West and Sierra were spotted together. So I have to, well, of course my internet's not going to work, but um, I'll put it on here, but the picture is hilarious. It's literally like it's a person with a blurred out face. You can see West, and then you can see the back of Sierra's alleged head, which is like a little bit of hair, like off in the corner. And so people were crashing out over this. So like, have you been hacked? Like, what's going on? How is this tea? Like, they're at a restaurant together. This is just getting ridiculous. So everybody's really feeling like Summer House and Dumois are like, in cahoots together to make all these fake scandals to get us all talking. And
Did it look
it's,
like Sierra?
you can't tell. It's literally the back of the head. And Dumois was very defensive in the replies, which I get because we do that too sometimes. But it was kind of like the person that was there said it was her. So, like, I believe them. But there was no picture proof that it was her. It was the back of her head. So,
Mm.
but the funniest part is, I think it was Lindsay had posted a story that day, and West and Sierra were there, like, playing with her daughter and hanging out. So, like, it's like you have this ridiculous picture of the back of her head at a restaurant, or if you go over to maybe it was Jesse's story, they're hanging out at Lindsay's house. Like, breaking news: 2 cast members hang out together. It was really just trying to make drama out of nothing. I don't
Okay.
know who is behind this. Like, Kyle is behind it, producers, Amanda herself. What do you think's going on?
I think that they're trying to create some buzz. It's
Yeah.
like they got to keep their show, by any means necessary. They've got to keep people talking about their show. So if you're gonna make up this ridiculous rumor, I'm gonna let it ride for a little bit to keep people talking
Yeah.
before I shut it down. You know?
Yeah, and I do think Kyle has been taking so much heat that they were like, "Okay, like, how do we get some heat on Amanda, even if it's not true?" But it is weird because Dumois was the one that posted that Kyle and Amanda were living separately back in December, and she made that, like, joking video where she was, like, in a cardboard box house, and, like, so she didn't deny it, but you start to wonder, like, are they working together, or I guess Amanda's just having fun with it? Because any press is good press when your season's airing.
Yeah.
So, I did see Jesse just put a picture of Amanda in his story, and, like, they were getting a drink together, and he was like, "Just friends getting a drink, like, calm down, everybody," 'cause
Okay.
it's getting so silly. Oh, wait, okay, I think I have this picture, unless I would've deleted it if I were her, because she was getting roasted in the comments, so
Right.
I think maybe she did delete it, 'cause I don't see it anywhere.
Mm. Mm.
That's weird. Yeah, it's not here.
Oof. Okay. Well, that's a sign in
Let me see if
itself, I guess, right?
let me Let me see if I can Google it. Okay. This is the front cover, but where was the silly picture? Oh, yeah, here it is. Okay. This is what she posted. See the little arrow pointing towards the back of Sierra's head?
Mm.
Now, we have, we post receipts too, and sometimes you get a receipt and you can't share it, so, like, but, like, she posted what she got, and I don't know that I mean,
And
I
she
believe it,
blurred it. I mean, she blurred it, but even if that was unblurred,
but
eh
that's not her. The blurred one isn't even her. It's beside her. See this?
oh.
Look.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, girl,
And people in the comments were so confused, like, "That's not Sierra, like, that is not what she looks like," so, yeah. I mean, hey, it's working, we're all talking about it, so
yeah, it's 100% working.
yeah, so that's what's going on over there, and then Kyle was on Watch What Happens Live last night, and he seemed a little bitter, obviously. I think they were I guess Amanda had said in some interview, like, "Don't marry someone thinking you can change them, they're never gonna change," which
Mhm,
valid, right? He's not changed, and then he was like, "Well, to counter that, I never was, like, a big proponent of living together before you get engaged, and now I am." So, like,
mm,
basically trying to say after they moved in together, he saw, like, how messy she is and that she smokes weed and all, making himself the victim, so and he also
mm.
said he would like, I think they asked, "Who would you be interested in on Bravo?" And he said, "Maura Higgins." He was like the Tink girl,
In
from
your
Traders.
fucking dreams, bitch.
Yeah. He's got lofty goals, so I don't
A man can
all
dream.
yes. Although there was also rumors, I think this was another Dumois thing, that he was spotted holding hands with Ava Dash. You know who that is?
Mm-mm.
She was on, Next Gen, New York City. Her dad is I forget his name,
The
but
wait, Next Gen, the show about the
yes.
20-year-olds?
Yeah, she's young. She's early 20s. Yes, and so she is actually in a post with him, and they're all sitting at a table holding hands. But they're in the comments, like him and Jesse maybe, but yeah, no one's shocked that Next Gen would be where he would go for his next girlfriend because that's I think if he wants to club it up and have fun, that's where he's gonna go, but I think also that's risky 'cause, lots of 20-year-olds want a serious relationship too or don't really wanna be, like, clubbing every night, like, maybe 21, but
Yeah.
it doesn't necessarily mean I don't know what he's looking for. Just be single. Like, don't leave women alone. Just go
Leave women alone.
go
I
party.
think a 20-year-old is perfect for him, Ashley. Like, honestly, like they have more in common. Like you said, you wanna party, you wanna rage, that's all you care about. Go do that. Shit.
Yeah.
Go be 20. He's clearly having a midlife crisis. Like,
Oh, so Ava Dash's dad is Damon Dash. Her mom is
oh.
Becky with the good hair, allegedly, Rachel
Mhm.
Roy, is that her name?
Mhm. Mhm.
Yes. Mhm.
Mhm.
So that's her parents, and we covered a little bit of Next Gen. I don't know if you guys watched that. It was very popular. So maybe Kyle's trying to get a little crossover moment, but he's old enough to be her dad. So
Literally.
creepy, but Anywho, should we get into the actual episode? There's just a lot going on online.
Yeah,
A
that's
lot.
tea.
I was gonna say a lot and nothing all at once because it was all just silly rumors. So we'd
Mm.
like to actually see some hooking up and fun stuff happening, but maybe we'll get there. Obviously, this is back to last summer when Kyle and Amanda are still together, so we haven't got to dating and stuff. I don't know what's gonna happen on the upcoming seasons when they're both single, and that's when it's gonna get messy, hopefully, not for them, but for our sake. So
Not for them, but
but
for
yeah,
us.
we're reversing in time to go way back to last summer. I mean, did you believe in this episode that they are still together? They're definitely more
Um, sure. Yeah, I believe that they are over, but doors still open. Do what we got to do for this show. Mhm.
Yeah, because I definitely thought before this episode, ain't no way they're together at all. Like, they're literally sleeping with a pillow between them. And then we see them cuddling a bit in this episode, but I do think it's just for the cameras. I think, like we said, are we gonna watch them just fight for the entire summer? That's gonna be brutal, so they're playing it up a bit, but she did seem genuinely what?
Do you think she bought that watch for herself?
Well, he ain't got no money, so okay, I am so excited for my vacation next week and to come and visit you, but one thing I am really gonna miss is my HelloFresh delicious home cooking.
Well, have no fear, because I have HelloFresh as well. You know it's my favorite, and I know that you're coming from the cold, but here it's nice and hot. So I'm gonna make you a nice, refreshing buffalo chicken salad. It's one of their newer recipes, 470 calories, 2-minute prep time. So delicious. I can't wait to make it for you.
Yes, I've been trying to beat the winter blues here by cooking HelloFresh's hot soup, so I'm so excited to come there and check out something new, light, and refreshing.
Well, you know, with HelloFresh, you get to choose from more than 35 high protein recipes each week, including new Mediterranean and GLP-1 friendly options. Feel great with wholesome ingredients like sustainably sourced seafood and 100% antibiotic and hormone free chicken.
There's now 3 times the seafood for no upcharge. Impress your guests like me or treat yourself with new grass fed steak ribeyes. Make meals with seasonal produce like pears, apples, and asparagus. You guys have to try HelloFresh because when dinner tastes this good, nothing hits like home cooking. Go to HelloFresh.com/RR10FM to get 10 free meals plus a free Zwilling knife at $144.99 value on your third box. Offer valid while supplies last. Free meals applied as discount on first box. New subscribers only. Varies by plan. He did. He said on Watch What Happens Live, like that was the best moment of the summer for him, and he would buy 3 watches to make her smile like that again. And so I do feel like he's always getting a dig in. You know what I mean? Of like basically she wasn't happy ever except for when she got that watch. So he's always like pushing this agenda that she's this miserable person that he had to
Mhm.
deal with, and so I definitely don't think he could have. He's it's a weird like he's telling us he's broke and he had to put all his money in his business, but then he's buying this watch. So I think he said on the note though we could return it basically, like is what I was gathering.
Yeah, we have
So
30 days. He said we have 30 days to upgrade it, but he really meant we have 30 days to take it back.
yeah. Like if you don't get a brand deal for this watch, it's got to go back. So it probably was a brand deal to be fair. They did say the brand, right? And so I'm
Yeah.
sure it was a discount or used or something. So I don't think he just bought it. But that is sad to see that the whole relationship, he's not really giving her any gifts, and that's why it's so exciting, which,
Yeah. To say I
um
have such an issue giving gifts if that's someone's love language, like that's like I don't like that seems like the easiest love language to just
mhm,
adhere to because you're like, okay, like I don't like I could just buy gifts because I know that this is what my partner wants versus like trying to do words of affirmation or trying to force yourself into an action that doesn't come naturally to you. Like a gift is
yeah,
like, even if it doesn't come naturally to you, you can just like set a
it's
reminder,
easy.
get a gift, get a
Yeah.
gift, get a gift. But I guess maybe getting a good gift is the problem.
Yeah, and like she said, she had to pick it out basically for him and say like, "This is what I want." So, it was funny that she said like, "Now I got the watch and I can leave him." So,
When she said that
very
part, I was like, that's not a joke.
no, when Andy asked him about that on Watch What Happens Live, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I did catch that, and like that just proves that we were together last summer because she never would have said that if we were actually like split up." And it's like
Please
that
make it
proves
more obvious
nothing.
that you guys are actually broken up. Please. That all that did was confirm that you guys actually were not together when this was filming.
Yeah, and it definitely, like, when she, like, sat on his lap and there was, like, some cuddling and stuff, that was, like, friend vibes, sort of like, "Oh, my friend got me this gift." Like, we didn't see them, like, making out, we didn't see them head to the bedroom, not that you should have to get naked because you got to watch, that's but, I'm sure when it's your birthday, you want some birthday sex, so
When you like your partner, you do. When you
yeah.
don't, it's my birthday, so I don't have to do it. So leave me alone.
Yeah, like, they didn't show what happened in the bed. Not that I needed to see that, but, I'm just because she gave him a little hug after getting the watch, it's not convincing us that you were still actually together. I do think they were maybe working on it or like, not anything official, but they knew it was over. And it was like, well, we do have to spend the summer together anyway, so let's see what happens. But
Yeah.
he did
Yeah.
say in the interview on Watch What Happens Live, that was the best moment of the summer. So it sounds like nothing else goes well after that. So,
Okay. Yeah. That's
but she
actually a
got the watch. So
fair point. Yeah.
yeah, he tried, but too little, too late. I think, right?
Too little, too late for sure. Um,
So what?
what do you, I was just gonna ask about, speaking of Amanda, we have this moment where the Ben of it all. Ben had some drama this episode
Yes.
where Bailey, who's just so awkward and
Uh,
weird and in love with Ben, said, like, why would why would you say in front of this girl's husband that this man wants to sleep with her?
I think she was just jealous, right? Like she clearly has a crush on him, and he was bringing up Amanda's eyes and smile, and so she just had like this little outburst of jealousy. But did you think his reaction was warranted? He didn't handle it very well, right? Like I think he
I
was
I
okay.
I have a difference of opinion, right? Because I
Mhm,
didn't think that he yelled at her, right? Like I thought he went up to there and spoke to
mhm.
her, like and let her know that it bothered him. And so I was really taken aback when she's like, "I just don't let men yell at me," and
Yeah,
Ben yelled at me, and I'm like, "Did he yell or did he just tell you
yeah.
how he felt about what you said?"
Yeah, I don't think he yelled, but he was a little intense, and I think it's because he is pretty chill, right? We don't really see him get like that, so I could see that being not scary in any way. He wasn't, like, aggressive, but just sort of, like, taken aback where, like, I don't know, I think he easily could have just addressed it in front of everybody and just been like, "I don't appreciate that comment," or "Don't say it." I think probably just coming to her room alone, just the 2 of them, it wasn't really necessary, and I think she was also just embarrassed, so I don't think he yelled at her, but
But
I think
don't you think it's a little bit more embarrassing to say it in front of everybody? If he would have done that, she would have been like, "Damn, like you couldn't have come and talked to me privately, like you're just going to say it in front of everybody?" Like, and that would have been a little bit more embarrassing in my opinion.
yeah, I guess it's just intense to be, like, alone with a man in a room, and he's like I think he's just not normally like that, and I do agree with her that they brought it up a lot, like, joking about him and Amanda, right? And so I can see where she wouldn't think it would be that big of a deal, but he is right in saying what else is behind it, and it's because she has this crush on him, so she's sort of doing it in, like, a jealous way to be like, "Oh, you like Amanda," she's wanting him to be like, "No, I don't, I like you," or something, and
Yeah,
so
I don't see that happening at all. I think
no.
she's definitely dug her grave, but I agree with Ben in the sense that like we don't joke about sleeping with each other. Like you're making a
Yeah,
jump. Like we joke about
yeah,
skinny dipping and all of that. And like you said, this would kind of be like a fun little conversation if Amanda was not married. Like she is
mhm,
betrothed, okay? Like
yeah.
she is married, she has a husband. This was said in front of her husband. I get why Ben is like, "Am I flirt?" Like, I
Yeah,
think that him and Amanda are very flirty. I think that, when they showed all the scenes of him getting the
yeah,
towel, him picking her up, him doing all of the things, I agree that it's flirty, but I understand him being like, "Okay, this is the second time she said it, and
mhm,
if I'm doing something that I need to dial back on, like, I need to know because I don't want that to be the perception."
yeah,
I understand why he was bothered, and it's for the simple fact that, like, she's married and you're accusing me of wanting to, like, bang my
mhm,
mate's whatever he said,
yeah,
missus, bang my mate's
yeah,
missus, you know?
yeah, that montage we saw was very flirty, right? So maybe she should have
Yeah.
just said that and been like, "Yeah, you are flirting a lot with her, and I don't know how the rest of the cast feels, but I am getting the impression that you do want to fuck her." So, like, that's
Yeah,
why I
yeah.
said it because your behavior is giving that you want her, so that
Yeah. Yeah, I
she
think her defense wasn't good because she kept saying,
no,
"You
he
guys
didn't
keep
yell.
joking about it. You guys
Yeah,
keep joking about it." And he's like, "We actually don't joke about fucking each other. We
yeah,
joke about this moment we had in Italy. Those are 2
mhm,
different things," and he's right about that. But you should say, "Well, I feel like your guys' interaction is flirty," and I get the sense I've
yeah,
interpreted that as wanting to bang. That's why I said it. But I don't think she was able to just
no.
with her awkwardness in general, and then, like, Ben just sitting there being on her bed, like, I'm sure she was just like, so many things were going through her head, but don't try and act like you don't like him now, girl. She was like, he's just sitting there with his stupid curly hair. "Oh, no, 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 no,
Yeah.
you was loving that curly hair, 10 minutes
Yeah.
ago."
Yeah, I feel like I can see her not liking him after that interaction, though. Like, that would be, like, an ick to me. I think they're both icked out on each other. I don't think she had a shot to start with, though. I mean,
No.
spoiler alert, but Ben is with that girl that he showed for a second in there. I
Oh.
we were guessing that he was I did have a girlfriend while filming, right? And it sounds like what happened was he was dating her before, wanted to do the show, so told her like, "I'm gonna go do the show," and she said, "I won't wait for you," but spoiler alert, she did wait for him, and they went to Australia in, like, September. To me, that's giving, like, they were very serious, but also I think what you can see happening with Ben, because he's not giving a lot, right? His personality is very and I
Blah.
think it's
Mhm.
yeah, it's bad. And so I think, when you just wanna be somewhere else, when you're just thinking about someone else, I think he really liked her, but he didn't wanna give up this opportunity, so he said, "I gotta go and do this," and now he's like you can see his wheels turning of like, "Did I make the right choice? Did I fucking lose this girl over the show?" And now I got Bailey here and no one I'm interested in, and I
Yeah.
had this amazing girl. You can just see that that's what's going on internally for him,
Mhm.
and it's unfortunate because they did need, like, a hot guy for Amanda to flirt with, or, like, we do wanna see these couples and hookups, and now we're left with this whole Jesse Sierra West old news stuff because he's in a relationship, basically, so,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think
that's
it
fair.
might yeah, we might see that play out on the season as it goes on. Maybe she makes an appearance, I don't know, but I think that's why they, like, soft launch her in this episode
Yeah.
of, like, yeah, this is why he's being lame, he's got another girl on his mind, so
Yeah. Yeah. And potentially, like, I know that they're not just going to say on the show, like, yeah, he came in here with a girlfriend, but they're soft launching her for a reason. And now all of a sudden it's like, you do have this girl that was in your life that you
Mm.
really care about. And it's like, it's given to me that, like, she said she wasn't going to wait for you, but you were like, okay, well, we can be together. Like, I'm just going to go do this because it's an opportunity.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like all the people we see go on Love Is Blind with a girlfriend, right? You're, like, not actually in it for what you're supposed to be there for, and you can tell they're not being genuine, they're not giving it their all because their mind is somewhere else, so I don't think he's a great addition. They were roasting him too with his accent. What did you think of that?
that was so funny, like, because it is so funny because they're just so fucking American, like, right,
Yeah,
like, you don't care what the hell he said, like,
yeah,
he's really bothered that this girl just accused him of wanting to fuck his friend's wife, and, like, all you guys can pay attention is that the fact that he said "Mrs." Like, he wants to
yeah.
what did he say? He didn't say bang, he said that
My mate's
my
missus.
mate's missus that I want to it's like he almost should have said fornicate because it's like the sentence just was so proper.
Yeah. They're not easy on new people, like, they will roast you, and you really have to, like, hold your own and find your way in, which I think he was fine. He didn't get, like, upset about it or anything, but I don't know if he's, like, meshing very well with the Jesse West Kyle of it all, but I don't
Yeah.
know if he'll be back. Do you think he would be back next season?
No.
No,
Don't,
he's
especially if you have a girlfriend, just stay
yeah,
away.
go to Australia with your girlfriend and enjoy that. I feel bad for whoever casts it because I don't think they're honest with the casting people, or maybe, it takes so long to cast that things change in your life, and that happened last season, and they ended up just, like, getting rid of the girl 3 episodes in because it was same situation. She said she was single, she had a man that she was hiding from everyone, she, like, wouldn't like, she was, like, hiding her story from the cast, and it was bad, so
Okay. Alright, yeah, girl, just go.
yeah, they just edited her out. So I'm sure with Ben, they probably think that the audience is gonna like him enough that they're gonna try to make this work and be like, "Alright, like, bring your girlfriend on too," but we'll see
Yeah.
how that goes.
Yeah, but I don't wanna see that. You could keep it. You and your girlfriend can go
Yeah.
off and ride into the sunset. You're hot, but your personality is not enough to, like, keep you on this
Mhm.
show, so
Yeah, like, I do wonder when you're casting him, you really thought, like, this personality is good for reality TV?
the
I don't know.
look the
Yeah.
look of it, and if the thing is you could think, "Oh, his personality sucks," but it's like, "Oh, well, maybe when he's in a different environment, like, we're gonna get
Yeah.
something," or maybe if we put him around these hot girls and he just, like, hooking up with them, or, like, they're super on his nuts and, like, he's, like, giving them a little plate, that could have made for good TV, like, if he was flirting
Yeah.
with Bailey or if he was flirting with some of the girls in the house, it coulda worked. Unfortunately, it doesn't, so Bye. You
Yeah.
know?
I agree. Oh, at the start of the episode, we see Jesse kinda come at Kyle about the whole
Oh,
Carl investing thing
oh,
because
yeah, I thought you were gonna say Jesse and Sierra's talk. I was
oh,
like,
yeah.
"Y'all coulda
Oh, yeah,
cut
that was
that.
at the start too.
We don't need to see the rest of that." Like, it was a
No,
nothing farm, like, it
it
was
was,
nothing.
yeah. I felt like
Um,
we covered it all in the last episode, they didn't really say anything new here. He apologized, and it was whatever, so then,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, the
Jesse and
investing
Kyle.
conversation. You could tell that,
Yeah.
like, Kyle just did not think that there was anything wrong with not investing, and, like, the guys are just kind of letting him know, like, "You might wanna talk to him because he's feeling away," you know, and Kyle had just no idea that he would be feeling away.
No, I think Kyle is just super selfish and self-involved, and that's why he's such a terrible husband, right? Ultimately, he's gonna do what's good for Kyle, what's the easiest for him, what's best for him, and I'm sure he could come up with the 15K just to be a good friend and reciprocate if he wanted to. He's not that broke. He's buying Amanda a watch, so I don't know about this whole 500K just to make payroll because wouldn't you just like I don't know what his business plan is. How are you going to eventually bring the company back up again? If you're putting in your own money just to pay your employees, won't that problem just keep cropping up again?
Yeah, to the next payroll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's doesn't sound like a good business choice. And like I said,
Yeah.
I think he just really doesn't believe in Carl's business. If it was a good business to him, he would invest. I think he's just kind of using the no money as a cop out, but
Yeah. Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
yeah.
Looks like a conversation we'll probably be seeing a conversation between Carl and Kyle about this in upcoming
Oh, yeah.
episodes.
I
Yeah.
remember in the preview for the season, it's like a fist fight, remember?
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay, well, let's hope it doesn't get to that. Like, it's like, it doesn't need to get to that, but also,
No.
yeah, so we can see.
You know, I feel bad for Carl, like Jesse said, he's sensitive, right? And I think it doesn't even I think if Kyle said, I just had to put money into my own company. I'm not doing well financially. I really want to return the favor though. Like I meant so much that you invested in my company and believed in
Mhm,
me. Can I make it like 5K for now and do something later? Like he could have just it's the thought, right? I
for
think
sure.
just saying like I won't do it is brutal, but again, it's Kyle. So like Jesse said, you're doing all these DJ gigs, like, just pick one DJ gig and be like, "Okay, that's gonna be what I give you, Carl." You know, I don't feel like Kyle's that hard up, but I guess if you're getting divorced, maybe he's worried about that, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we already talked about, um, what happened when they went around and said nice things about Amanda and Bailey had her awkward conversation. What did you think about West and Sierra, all that flirting, sitting on each other? What is that? Sitting on her.
I don't know. I think the whole West Jesse Sierra of it all, it's like Jesse's now, like, his outcome was like, I just won't be flirty with Sierra. So I
Mhm.
guess he was never intending on being serious, is like what that said to me is like, you were always just wanting to kind of just fuck around. And
Yeah.
now that you realize that's not what she wanted, she doesn't want something casual. I think that's what he said. She doesn't want anything casual. So now you're like, okay, fine, we just won't flirt. And then now you see that Wes is flirting with her. He definitely feels away.
Mhm.
Obviously, Wes is into Sierra. Sierra's being a hard ass. She's not going for it, but kind of going for it.
Mhm.
I
I
think we're
don't
gonna
know.
see the return of Wes and Sierra, unfortunately, if I had to take my best guess, even if
Yeah.
it's just for the show.
Yeah, I don't trust his intentions. Like I said, I think it's only to get back on our good side. It's so crazy to see both Jesse and Wes sit there and say, like, how amazing Sierra is, but she won't do something casual. The fact that you could have someone like Sierra interested in you, you could have this amazing she wants to be serious and loyal and she's gorgeous and apparently they love her personality, right? Like they just everything about her is perfect and you wanna be casual because what? You want all these random ass hookups every weekend? Like, do you not get sick of that? It's crazy.
I don't know, but didn't it seem like Ben also was like, when he was like talking about Sierra, he was like, yeah, like I see the Lord. Like Ben, I felt like, oh, Ben wanted a little piece of
Yeah.
Sierra his damn self.
Yeah, I feel like they would be cute together too, and I don't think he's Sierra's type. She likes a little swag. I have to assume that's what she sees in West because I don't get it. I don't know why
Okay,
he's
but
getting all these
Jesse
hot
doesn't
girls.
have that,
No.
though.
And that's why I think she's not into him the way she's into West and, like, this Austin guy she used to be into. They're not like when you look at them, you wouldn't be like, "Wow, like, hottest guy ever," but she's, like, obsessed because they have that, like I don't know what it is.
Riz
Yeah, I
is what
guess.
the kids are saying
Yeah.
nowadays, but
I
I don't think Wes has Riz, but
No,
it's not my
I
pig, not my farm.
I totally agree. I don't get it. Like, Dara was into him, Sierra, like, what are they seeing in him? What it's gotta be the personality, right? Not that he's, like,
Yeah.
horrible or anything, but, he's not, like, to Sierra's level, that's for damn sure, so
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
get it.
yeah, I don't get it either. Speaking of Dara, her and KJ are banging and
Yeah,
spending a
there's
whole bunch of time together.
I know, and they didn't she wasn't even here on this episode, right?
Yeah, we just see them FaceTiming and it's baby this, baby that. He talked about he doesn't move fast. It's okay. It's okay. Sometimes people move fast. Sometimes, that's how it be. That's just the fun of it all. But he's
Mhm.
still, doing this whole lover boy act and he's such a good guy and he's so sweet and he's so nice and he's so kind.
Not
We'll
buying
see.
it.
I don't know. We'll see. No, I'm not, but we'll see.
And I feel like it does seem like Survivor or something, how they don't have enough beds in this house for everybody, and, like, somebody's gotta go so Derek can come in, and so I don't know if I'm assuming that it's real, her and KJ, but it's hard to believe if you're trying to get into this house, but I feel like Ben is taking up a spot, so, like, "You're not single, go home and let Dara move in, at least we can see her and KJ have a real thing together, not just FaceTime," because I think they just don't have room for her, right?
Well, why wouldn't she just move into KJ's room? Is that a
Yeah,
little too personal?
that might be a little fast, but I
Eh,
wouldn't hate it, so
yeah.
I know, I
Yeah.
almost feel like they're setting up something to go wrong, right? Because KJ's looking so good and talking about how he's such a lover boy and he's a good boyfriend and something's
Boom,
gotta give.
cheats on Dara. Yeah.
Yeah, I think something's gonna go wrong, but
Yeah.
we'll see what happens with them.
Yeah.
The end of the episode was West and Ben talking about his feelings for Sierra. So you think it's genuine, right, West?
I don't know that I think it's genuine. I think that we have a show to get through, and so there's definitely some interest of like, is she gonna pick Wes? Is she gonna pick Jesse? Now
Uh-huh.
Ben's kind of swooning over her, talking about, I get it, like she's amazing, she's wonderful, she's the best
Yeah.
thing since sliced bread. And it's like, I'd be like, what the hell? Do you
Yeah.
want her? But I don't know. I think that I don't know. I don't know that I could say it's genuine. I feel like that's like a
Mm,
stretch because genuine and like doing something for the sake of the audience, those two
yeah.
don't go hand in hand. So,
And I just think Wes knows if he messes with Sierra again, we'll kill him. So I think he's treading lightly. So it's possible that he regrets what he did and he does miss her and have feelings for her, but I don't think he would casually go down that road again, like we said. And he's clearly not ready for like a real relationship. So I'm like, why are you wasting her time? So did you think that was awesome when he was like, I don't know how to talk to you? And she's like, I designed it that way.
yeah, it was awesome-ish, you know?
People I know, I've seen people online, like, being like, "What a queen, like, that was amazing," and I'm like, "Yes, that was amazing if she stuck to it," but then we see her, like, flirting it up with him still, so I
Yeah, that's the part where I said awesome-ish because it's
yeah,
like he's like, I don't know how to talk to you, and I designed it that way. If she wasn't giving him the time of day, then yeah, but she's giving him the time of
mhm,
day. So
yeah, yeah, she's letting him in a little too much. I'm like, keep the last summer she kept the boundary up, and I think that was smart, and I just don't trust his intentions. I don't think she should ever, like, let him be that close again, but, like, Dumois showed us they're out at restaurants together, hanging out, so they are close. So whether that's friendship or flirting, I don't think it'll ever be a real thing, though. Like,
yeah.
I don't think she would date him again, I hope, but
I
we'll see
hope
what happens.
it's not giving that she wouldn't date him again. I will
No,
say
it's not.
it's not giving
I think
that.
she's, like, in love with him.
As of right now, it's not giving I won't date him again. It's very
No.
much giving, please get your shit together so that I can date you again.
Mhm. I think she's in love with him. She would take him back in a second. If he genuinely asked and was like, "I wanna do this with you for real," she would for sure, and
Mm.
that's why I can't give her props on the "I designed it that way," because I know she's still so hung up on him, and she's trying to play it cool, but we know she's really still into him. But
Yeah.
she just has that thing that a lot of us girls have that you just want someone you can't have, or like he's not fully obsessed with you, so you're obsessed with him now. Even if he was obsessed with her and like I want to date you and be with you, who knows how she'd really feel. But because he won't give that to her, it's like all she wants from him, and he
Yeah.
doesn't deserve that. So
Yeah.
well, let us know what you guys really think about West and Sierra and if they will end up riding off into the sunset together one day, but I hope not.
Right.
Anything else happen in this episode?
No, I think we
Did I
got it
miss
all.
it?
I
Yep,
think
I
we
think
got
that was
it.
it. Well, should we get into Southern hospitality?
Let's get into I like this one. I like
Yeah,
this one.
it's
I
better.
have not I've never watched before. I know like some of you guys like want us to know everything, wants us to know all the lore, but I think that
Mhm,
there's tons of viewers out there that are like watching these shows for the first time or sometimes feel like they can't watch or get into these shows because so many
mhm.
seasons have passed. I am a new watcher, so I am here to relate to those newbies that just want to jump in head first
Yeah.
and speak their piece and go in with a fresh set of eyes without knowing the lore.
Yes,
Okay?
we
So,
did get a lot of really nice reviews, so thank you guys so much for doing that. It helps us so much, but there was one in there that was a little annoyed that we haven't watched all of the seasons of some of the shows. Now, I would say 90% of the shows on Bravo I have watched every second of. There is a few where I've missed some seasons, so when we covered Potomac, I didn't watch from, like, 5 to 10, so definitely missing a little bit of the lore, but we wouldn't ever want that to stop us from covering something because just because you don't watch every season doesn't mean you don't wanna start now. And now if neither of us had ever watched any Bravo, that I could be, like, painful to listen to, but I feel like I know enough of most of the shows that we definitely don't want it to deter us from covering something just because we missed a few seasons. Like, Atlanta's coming out soon. I definitely haven't watched every season, but I really want to cover it. I know enough of what's happened. I've watched every clip. I've watched them on other shows. I watched all the Watch What Happens Live. So we don't want to miss out just because we missed a few seasons. And if we had the time, we would watch them all and catch up. But that's just not feasible. So, if you are a new watcher to any of these shows, you don't have to feel alone because Ricky's new to them, and most of them I'm not new to, but a little bit. So, we always will let you guys know. We don't fake it. We won't be like, "Oh yeah, we've seen all of it." Like if we haven't watched it all, we'll tell you so you at least know where you're starting from. And we'll try to do more research like on a show. If we watch an episode and they're talking a lot about things that happened in the past, we'll make sure that we're caught up so we can give you guys the scoop. But yeah, it's rare that there's a show we both haven't watched. We only cover stuff that we pretty much know everything about, but Potomac was the one where I had only seen some of it,
yeah.
so
And if you don't like, you can just not comment and go watch something else. The fuck?
Yeah.
I just don't understand. Like,
I mean, I know there's some people covering Bravo that have never watched a damn episode before they started covering it, like, of any of the franchises, so we're at least doing better than that, but again, sometimes it's fun to give a fresh perspective, right? A fresh set of
yeah.
eyes.
So speaking of fresh perspective, if I had that
Uh-huh.
person's username, I'd blast them right now. But speaking of fresh perspective, we watched Southern Hospitality. It is,
Mhm.
if you've never watched before like me, it is very like Vanderpump-esque. So if you
Yeah.
are a fan of Vanderpump Rules, the original Vanderpump Rules, I think you would really like this show because it's a nightclub, right? Republic seems like
Yes.
a nightclub setting. All of the young hot people, bottle girls, security, front door bartender that work in this nightclub, and
Yeah.
it's a group of attractive people and all of their chaos. So I think if you
Mhm.
like Vanderpump, you would love this for sure.
Yes. Yeah, and it's on its 4th season, so they've had time to get their own lore going, and just for some backstory, 'cause I don't think you know this, but it started from Southern Charm. Leva was a cast member on Southern Charm. She owned these bars, Republic being one of them, so this is her spinoff. So it's like, same thing with Vanderpump. Lisa started on Beverly Hills, spun off to Vanderpump. So this is like Su I forget what state they're in. My American geography. So
Mhm.
Charlotte, is that where
Yeah.
they are? Charlotte? Okay.
I think
So
so.
one of
Yeah.
one of these southern places. That's
Yeah,
where
so
they're all in
somewhere
the
in the
same
South.
they're all in the same town, Southern Charm, Southern Hospitality, whatever town that is. South Carolina, North Carolina, Charlottetown. I don't know America's
Oh my
geography.
god, Ashley, at least know the town. If you're gonna cover a show, at least know the town that it's in. That's our next comment.
I mean, I've watched all of Southern
She's
Charm, so
not from here, so it doesn't matter. Like, she doesn't know our states, you know?
and I'm like, I've watched all of Southern Charm. Charleston, thank you. I'm like, I know it's not Charlotte. Is
Yeah.
that even close together? Charlotte,
Girl,
Charleston.
I don't live in
You
North
live
Carolina,
there.
so I don't know. I don't live in that state, but yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
All right, we're in Charleston. So, yes.
I think Charleston's South Carolina or North. One
Yeah.
of them's north and one of them's south.
No, you're right. It's Charleston is in South Carolina.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then Charlotte is in North
Is in
Carolina.
North
That's where Love
Carolina.
is Blind was. That's why I had Charlotte on the brain because Love is Blind filmed there.
Mhm.
I try my
Mm.
best with America, but
I
um
live here and I don't know, so it's
okay, good.
okay.
It's
You're
a big
fine.
country. There's a lot of
It's
states, okay?
so much going on.
Name all 12 provinces. Wait, I don't even know if it's 12. I don't even know my own
Girl, do not,
geography.
I failed geography. That's the one thing I did fail, okay? Because I'm like, who cares? No, just kidding.
Okay, well, getting into this show. So obviously the first part of the episode is catching up on the season 3 drama. Their reunion was very explosive. It wasn't even a real reunion. It was like a watch what happens live episode. So they got done a little dirty. They didn't get a full reunion. So I definitely think they wanted to bring the drama because they got slighted in that way. So basically what happens is there was like they told Maddie that her boyfriend had cheated on her because someone had told them that, but it turned out not to be true. And then they told her right before they filmed this reunion that it wasn't true. So she had been thinking her boyfriend cheated this whole time, found out at the reunion it wasn't true.
Mm,
So there was the false rumor that Maddie's boyfriend had cheated on her. And then there's Emmy and Will. They had said that Will cheated on Emmy, but that wasn't proven. Either way, Will didn't come to this reunion they filmed because he said his mental health. Then they went on the Val
mhm,
Files. Everyone was mad at them for going on the Val Files. He's not on this season. I don't think there was ever an official, like, he's fired announcement, but if you don't go to a reunion, not good, right? That's
mm.
very not good. Even though it did make a whole plot point of like he didn't show up, but you got to show up and answer for everything that you did. So that's why you're seeing this Emmy girl talking about being engaged, but you don't see her man. He didn't show up at the reunion, so he's not on this season. So basically
Okay,
fired.
I was wondering. I was wondering when we seen her, I was like, "Wait, who is she talking about? Who is she engaged to? Why are we not like show us the pictures? Like why is the face cropped out? Like, I didn't know that he was like part of the show. But
Yeah,
well,
there
I knew that he was part of the show, but I didn't know what. But I really liked how at the beginning of the episode they gave us all the lore of the reunion. Like this happened,
yes.
then we heard her talking shit through her door and we
Yeah.
said, I'm done with you. And so it starts off with like, oh, they're smoking this group. Like, what is happening? So I did like that aspect.
Yeah, they filled us in, which was really nice because there was a lot to
Mm-hmm.
like come into, and you definitely need that backstory to understand what's happening in this episode. So, but something that wasn't on the reunion that was like a new fight was this whole Michaels versus Molly. She got fired over the summer, so since filming, and when we talked to Molly, we asked her, we're like, "Do you still think that he was behind it?" And I think she doesn't fully know the truth, right? It sounds
Mm,
like he's still denying that he had any part in that. So,
mm-hmm.
what did you think of this whole fight outside at the door?
It was dramatic. Okay.
Yeah,
I do think that anytime now, I will say that Lake did go in there and say, "She's yelling at me, she's
yeah,
screaming at me," which I don't think that I saw that. I didn't see, like, yelling and screaming, but then when they play like, she was being a smartass to her and
yeah,
being like I wouldn't classify that as yelling,
mhm,
but I think that in the moment he was trying to protect his staff, but it's always like when you're, like, a leaned over a woman and, like, shouting in her face, it's never
mhm,
gonna go good for you. Like, you're just highly emotional. You're at work. Be professional. Now, should Molly have been having a conversation with these people while they're at work?
no.
No, but shit, that's what this show is about. Hell, so
Yeah,
I think it was a little much as a man to be yelling at a woman like that.
Yeah, he definitely like, watching that scene, it's like he's not just yelling about, he's obviously, like, very hurt, and that's where that was coming from, and I guess he did feel very hurt by her, and she later admits, like, she was talking a lot of shit about him, but I think when you're in a management position, especially, you definitely can't be yelling at former staff like that, like, a lot of people would get fired for that, but I think then when Leva went to talk to him and he was, like, burst into tears, she realized, like, okay, he's dealing with something here, so I'll let it go, but definitely unprofessional. But I agree, Molly, she was being sassy to like sometimes you're like, they yelled at me, but really it's because they're like angrily talking to you and you misconstrue that as yelling,
Yeah.
which is a little
Yeah.
dangerous, but
Yeah.
Michaels just
Yeah.
shouldn't have been involved in the girl's argument. Like if Lake wants to say she was yelling at her, she should yell back at her, not have him
Yeah.
go and intimidate her like
Yeah,
that.
and
So,
that was definitely from a personal space because
yeah.
it was very easy to say, "Hey, Lake, get back to work," and to say to her, "Hey, stop interrupting my staff while they're working." Period.
Yeah.
But when he went like, "I'm sorry," like to your boss, like you're literally like breaking down crying, I would be like, this is my manager, like, this is who I like, come on, grow a
Right?
pair, like, you know what I mean? Like, get your shit together, like, I
Yeah.
can't have this, like, I don't care about this emotional stuff. This is interrupting my business, like, what the hell are you even crying for? Like, "Sir, you
Yeah.
yelled at her."
Yeah, when you're in a busy night at a club like that, like, you don't have time for these emotions and dealing with all of this at work, and that would definitely concern me, like, "Can you handle this job?" So, I'm sure we will see more about that later in the season, but, um I'm so shocked that Maddie and Joe are a real couple. As someone who watched the first couple seasons, I was like, he was in love with her and she was not feeling him at all. And
Mm,
now, and like just knowing that he slept with Luann, you remember when we saw that
mm,
panel at BravoCon?
mhm, mhm.
Luann, this is the Joe that Luann like met his mom and said what a
Oh,
yeah.
okay, it's all the dots are all connecting.
Yeah. Like I just can't picture this for her, but what did you think about them? Do they seem like a good couple?
I mean, just first time watching who the fuck is Joe?
So
Which one is Joe?
so Maddie's the one that's the DJ, the cute,
Oh, mhm,
and then
mhm.
they're not together a lot in scenes, but he's the one who later at boys' night was saying his dad thought he was gay because he did art, which was
Oh,
awkward. Yeah.
okay. I guess I have no like real thoughts on like if I think they're real or not. I
Yeah.
need to see more of their relationship like playing out. I didn't see much of them. That's why I was like,
No.
who and who?
Okay, I wanted just your opinion as someone who didn't see when she was, like, rejecting him and friend zoning him for all those years that, like,
And you
I
know what's so crazy is they say that that's when you get dogged out the most is like when somebody's been like chasing you for years and you're finally like, I'm finally gonna give you a chance. They're gonna shit on you.
yeah, um, I don't like it for her, she's sober 11 years, like she said on the show, and he's obviously, like, still in the nightclub life, and I don't know, she just seems like he just seems like another Kyle, right? Like, she should have a mature man, but she does say in this, like, "My friends are getting married, that's weird, like, I'm not ready for that yet," and he's more the one that wants to, like, move in and settle down, so maybe he's good for her. Sometimes I think because her last boyfriend was, like, a cheater and terrible to her, sometimes after you go through that, you do want the one that's, like, obsessed with you, even if you wouldn't, initially be into them, so I don't
That's
know if that
true.
has long-term staying power, but it's probably nice to be with someone that's obsessed with you for a while. But I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
Joe he was dating Danielle from Summer House when he hooked up with Luann, like, he cheated, so
Mm.
he's a cheater.
Red
Not
flag.
a great
Yeah.
sign, yeah.
Not a great sign.
No. So, what did you think of the boys' night? Oh, I forgot to mention Justin from Perfect Match on Netflix was on here. Did you think he seemed different than Perfect Match or same?
I think I need to see more of him, but
Yeah.
like a little different. Like he came off very, very passive on Perfect Match and just
Yeah.
very like I don't know the word for it, but very like innocent and like
Mhm.
kind of like naive and very like I just like a girl, like you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
I think he came off he didn't come off like that. Like I thought it was funny that they called him a Charleston 8 When it's like, I
Yeah.
think that Justin is actually like, right? Like if
Very
he did get
handsome.
a haircut and like take a bath, like he would be very good looking, you
I'm pretty
know?
sure he's like a model. Like, I'm almost positive.
Got amazing bone structure.
Yeah.
Like, he's got a really nice face.
Yeah, I kind of feel like he's trying to do some kind of persona on here of, like, the dirty guy. I don't know, because that's not what he gave on Perfect Match. He was, like, the clean cut, like although wasn't there something with his feet? Remember his feet were nasty.
Yes, they
Mm,
were nasty.
eh
They were throwing up gang signs for sure,
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
They was
But
throwing up
maybe
the west side.
maybe we just didn't see the real him on Perfect Match, and this dirty kind of persona was him. He was on another show before Perfect Match too. That's how he got on Perfect Match. I watched him on that one. But yeah, I feel like he always came across as like the heartthrob, clean-ish guy, except for the feet. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what he's trying to fill. Oh, also, hot tea that we spilled weeks ago on this podcast is he is not single. He's actually dating Charlie from Southern Charm. So I know on that show everybody thinks it's Charlie and Craig and they're all wrapped up together, but currently as of now, he's with Charlie. So that
Okay.
again, just like on Summer House, kind of a bummer because we're obviously expecting something to go down on this show. Who's he going to hook up with? Who's he going to date? But they're doing a crossover with Charlie. So, but we do
Okay.
see in the trailer he kisses two girls, remember? And Molly said not her, right? She was like
Molly
not
said,
feeling him.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, go listen to our interview with Molly because she did give some tea about her thoughts on Justin. He's also been linked to Maren Morris. Do you know who that is?
No, who's that?
She's like a country singer. You'd probably
Mm-mm.
recognize her if you saw her picture.
Let me see. Oh, yeah, she looks very familiar.
Yeah, she's a pretty famous country singer. So
Okay.
they were spotted like having dinners and stuff after Perfect Match. So,
Okay.
but now he's on the show. Oh, also Allie from Vanderpump Rules was in the background. I didn't even notice watching, but someone else posted a still. Did you see that?
I didn't see it. I didn't notice her.
Yeah, in the scene where Michaels is yelling at Molly, she's
I
right in
didn't
there.
see her.
I
I
know.
didn't even notice that.
Which is so funny because she moved to Charleston and everyone's been talking about how she's gonna be on Southern Hospitality, but I didn't see her in the trailer or announced with anything, but she was in the background of the scene, and I'm like, "I think she deserves better than that, no?"
Yeah, I think it's soft launching. They're soft launching her. Like maybe she's not going to be on this season, but we're going to
Next.
start seeing her and maybe having some conversations and obviously, eventually we will see her.
Yeah. I wonder maybe Southern Charm, maybe not Southern Hospitality. Maybe she's gonna be
Mhm.
on they need more over there. So, she's also on Perfect Match coming up, if you guys didn't know. So,
Right.
weird
Well,
crossovers.
going weird
Justin was perfect.
crossovers. They
Yeah.
got to get in where they fit in, girl. Like JoJo Siwa. No, just kidding.
I was literally thinking of Johnny when you said that. Like, that's exactly where my mind went. If you guys aren't watching House of Villains, you gotta watch it. It's so funny. But Kate from Below Deck has been roasting JoJo Siwa for going on Special Forces, like she must be broke. And Johnny was very defensive, like you should be able to go on all these shows and get your check and get your face out there. So that's what Allie and Justin are doing on their third and fourth shows here. So
Yeah. Yeah.
let someone else
Gus
get a
to get,
turn though, no? Or do you like
yeah.
seeing them over and over again?
No, I don't.
You're not into that.
I mean, if they were like, honestly, if they were like, let's just keep it a stack. Like, if they were main character energy, then sure. But Justin and Allie, y'all are bringing us crumbs, bruh. Like, I don't need to keep seeing you unless you're gonna bring us some mess. Like, Allie, tell us
Yeah.
what happened with James Kennedy. Talk like trash him, take him to
Mhm.
hell. Give us something. I don't. Otherwise, save it.
Yeah, I do wonder, like, what the mindset is behind the casting. I wonder if it's you get someone who's had a taste of the fame, right? And they've been on a show and then they come off that show and then they kind of go back to normal. And then they probably miss that life, right? And so you might know like they're going to be willing to do what it takes to stay on the show. And they're going to be messy because they know what it feels like to not be on a show anymore. They're going to be giving versus like a new person who doesn't really get it, right? So that could be
Yeah.
it. Cuz yeah, I wouldn't have watched Justin on Perfect Match and been like reality TV gold, get him on another show, right? Like he was not
Yeah.
really he was liked. I think people liked
And they
him.
liked him, but you brought nothing. So
Yeah.
it's just like it's just their managers working overtime trying to get them their next, gig, but like,
They were at a discount maybe, I don't know.
yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on, but give us something. Give us
Yeah.
something. You better come with it.
Well, we see this boys' night chat, which I thought was very awkward because obviously Michaels is a gay man, and then the boys were kind of talking about, like, their dads worried that, like, they were gay, like, "Oh, no, you did art or you hung out with girls," which and Michaels didn't seem offended in any way. What did you think? It was just silly? Like
It was silly. I think
yeah.
it's boy chat. I think if anything, they, like, make jokes like that to, like, kinda relate in a sense, and they
Yeah.
don't get like, boys are dumb,
Yeah.
so they don't get how shit can be offensive. They think that they're relating like, "Oh, don't worry, bro, like, I'm cool with them. My own dad thought I was gay too,
Yeah.
so, like, we here." Like, and it's like,
Mhm.
okay." Like, you
Yeah,
know?
they're trying to, like, relate to
Yeah.
TJ and Michaels, which is that was part of the drama from last season too, I guess. TJ and Joe had a moment in a bed, and then on the Vile Files, Will tried to insinuate that, like, TJ was, like, predator towards Joe, like, forcefully did stuff to him,
Mm,
or vice versa, or no, like, they blamed TJ for being the predator, so,
right. I
yeah,
see
that
that.
So, that was funny when TJ was like, "Oh, I didn't start this rumor, it was his dad." So, I'm not really a TJ fan, though. By the end of the episode, what did you think of
Yeah,
him?
yeah,
It's kind of annoying.
yeah, there's a few that I was like, off the bat, like, "I don't like you." Now, I don't know their names, guys, because there's a lot of blondes, okay?
The
There's a
blonde
lot of
man.
blonde hair, there's a lot of blonde going on, but there were, him and a few women that I was like, "Ew," like, you're one of those, like, the minute someone starts talking to you, you just fucking start bursting out into tears, like, "Girl, go
Oh, who
on."
was that did that?
On her, on the flashback they were showing in the
Uh,
beginning, I think it's the girl that's engaged.
Emmy.
Yeah, mhm,
Yes, I think we will see a lot more of that from her this season too, like, I think
mhm.
oh, I pull it up and there's a picture of her crying.
Yeah, like, that shit gets on my nerves, like, have a conversation, don't cry, especially, like, if when a man is talking to you, like, your first instinct is to cry, like,
Yeah.
girl.
Yeah, you gotta hold your own in these shows, and people are gonna yell and have fights. That's what you're here for. But we do see Michaels and Molly make up a little bit. What do you think of her being in this position of like his ex is her friend and Michaels is her friend, and you're seeing Michaels what she says was like cheating, basically. That puts you in like a weird position, right?
Oh my god, it puts you in such a weird position. What is one to do?
Yeah, because she's being
I
a bad friend to the ex. I think Preston was his name. If you don't tell him, but then you're being a bad friend to Michaels if you do. So what do
It's
you do?
honestly it's honestly a matter of, like, where your loyalty lies and, like, who you're
Mhm,
closest with. I think when you're in that situation, that's what it comes down to because I'll be damned if, like, this is my best friend, but you're just kinda like my homie and,
mhm.
like, y'all are together and I know you're dogging her out, like, I'm telling her, like,
Yeah,
my loyalty is gonna go there. But it's really a matter of, like, who you're closest to.
yeah. Yeah, and I'm surprised because obviously she's on the show with Michael, so you might think her loyalty would be there, but if he's the one doing something wrong and you are friends with both of them, it's hard not to tell him, but it sounds like from Michael's opinion, they were both doing stuff wrong, so I don't know. It seems like they made up, but that we're gonna see it get messy again. It's not gonna
Oh,
last.
that fucking makeup was so fake. It
Yeah.
was very much like, "Yeah, cool, let's move forward. I hate you, bitch." Like, you know
Mm.
what I mean? And that's definitely what it was giving. But I
Yeah.
think Michael's is like, "Oh, what she doesn't know is that we were broken up and he was doing stuff too." If that was her close friend, she would know that.
Mhm.
Sounds good to be like, that's everybody's fucking excuse, right? Like, "We
Mhm.
were broken up for 2 days," like, and so
Yeah.
in those
On a
2
break.
days, I did that, but, like, okay.
Mhm.
It's like, it's cheater 101. We broke up for 3 hours, and, yeah, I boned somebody in that 3 hours, but, like, we were not together. We did get right back together after, but in those 3 hours, I was single.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it's not really giving you're trying to save your relationship or you're sad at all because 'cause you're inside somebody else, so it's not
Right now, in Ross's defense, I I did think he was.
You were on
I'm just
Ross's
kidding.
side?
No,
Yeah, you were.
definitely not.
A little
No, I
bit.
swear,
Oh.
I was on Rachel's side, but I like you look at Ross, we're going on a tangent. I know you guys know we do this, but in the Ross and Rachel and the friends of it all, if you guys are confused,
No, I think I was
I
on
did.
Ross's side, yeah.
You were on Ross's side? I mean,
Maybe.
they technically were on a break, but Ross to me wasn't a guy, like, even though he had 3 divorces, he wasn't a guy that I considered like a dog. Like, I
Yeah.
considered him a nice, good guy, so I genuinely think he was drunk, he made a mistake, he thought they weren't together, so he didn't consider it cheating, but he did cheat on Julie with Rachel, so it's
Oh,
like, maybe
yeah.
he is a little bit of a cheater. I don't know. I
No, you're
don't know.
right. You're right. And she did say, like, we should take a break from us. And yeah, you would hope in that moment if this person really loves you and you break up with them, they're too sad to go and have sex right away. So I think it was just a bad situation where
He was
we're like
sad.
recapping
Yeah,
friends.
we're recapping friends. It was a bad situation for Ross. But
I see
yeah,
both sides.
I see both sides. I see both sides because he was sad and he was drinking and he was drunk himself into bed with Chloe. And she was throwing that wuss at him. I'm just saying. She was throwing it at him.
I,
However, back to Michael's. Back to Michael's
yeah, I'm like, I
focus.
don't want to blame her, but the Xerox girl, but she was pushing it hard. So
But it wasn't, I think, they weren't, Ross didn't cheat because they were on a break. But also, you're very fucking trifling for running out and fucking somebody, and it ain't even been fucking hours. I'm just saying. So I see both sides.
you need to be wearing your pivot shirt today.
Yes, I have so much Friends merch. Like, I just love that show. It's so good.
You can always relate these reality show scenes to Friends, Seinfeld, all my 90s favorites. So I love that.
Yeah,
But yes,
yeah.
back to who the hell are we talking about on this show now? Let's talk. Right.
Michael's and him cheating on his little boo. So that then we see him and Molly makeup, which, like
Fake
you said,
makeup.
could put fake makeup. It was even it. I could feel the energy. I wasn't in the room with them, but I could feel the energy of like, fake
Yeah.
bitch. We'll
Sort of.
see. Yeah, we're making up.
Yeah, sort of like, well, I'm going to pretend we're good so that you don't see it coming when I get you back in a little bit, right? Like, yeah.
100%, 100%.
Then they have this wiener party. Are you a hot dog fan?
I'm not.
No.
Okay, like I'm not like it's not. I know it's like an American food. I'm more of a hot link
What
girly.
the hell is
I
a
like.
hot link?
Come on, you know what a hot
No,
link
I
is.
swear I've never
Come on,
heard
Ashley.
that in my life.
Come on, Ashley, please.
No.
Okay. Let me see. You guys maybe call it a sausage,
Oh, okay.
like
Like
like a thicker hot dog, just more fat and
like
a
a
spicy,
bratwurst?
kind of. But yes, but spicy. A hot link is like,
Oh,
yeah.
I don't
You,
think we
you
have that here.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Maybe hot links are like a black people thing. I don't know, but I love me a hot link. Okay, on the grill. You've never seen the? Okay, so I guess it's just like a sausage. You've never seen a
Oh,
hot
yeah.
link?
No, I swear, we've never.
Yeah. Oh, they're so good. On the
I've
grill.
had a sausage, yes. But yeah, I've never
Yeah,
heard the word like hot link. I'm looking it
hot
up.
links.
Can you get it in Canada? Oh, Jack
Well, you
Links? I've heard of Jack Links. Maybe that's the
yeah.
same thing.
Well, you'll be here soon, so I'm just gonna send you home hot links. But
Perfect.
I'm more of a hot link girly, and on the grill, oh my god, they're so good. Like, and a little crispy, they're so good. But a hot dog, I've got to be in the mood for a hot dog.
Yeah.
It's very rare that I'm like, I want a hot dog." Like maybe
Like
at the Dodger game, it's like I'll have a
once or
hot
twice a year.
dog, if that,
It's just
if that.
a famous line off of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, where like
Oh
Erica and Lisa Rinna are actually having this exact conversation where it's like, I like a good hot dog like once a year if the mood is right, but it's not like a regular thing. So I think it's the universal feeling, right? You don't just like wake up and have a hot dog on a random Tuesday, but on a special
yeah,
event, it's so
on a
good, right?
special event,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like it really like with a little ketchup, mustard, some jalapenos on it. hmm
I'm glad
Yeah,
you're a
and then
mustard girl. I'm a mustard
on
girl too.
on the grill. So it's like during like 4th of July or like a
hmm
Dodger game or like, but still I will still eat at a barbecue. I'm gonna eat a hot link before I eat a hot dog.
Yeah.
But And they have, like, Doghouse, which has, like, really good hot dogs out here. It's, like, they're
Mhm.
supposed to be really yummy, but it's not my go-to. So,
No.
interesting that he has a whole what is it, a
Yeah.
hot dog line or a
I
hot dog like, what would you call it?
It's so random. Yeah, like a hot dog line, I guess. Yeah, very like, we see a lot of different brand collaborations and stuff with these people, but Wieners is a new one, so
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, I'm surprised that obviously, like, Maddie and Emmy are mad at him still, but they're still, like, hawking his products, I guess, because it's at the place where they work, so they have to, but that leads
So awkward.
to some drama, some fight at the end. Oh, we also see Grace Lilly. Now, when I watched the first season, she was like a main cast member. She was like a big part of it, and she's
Mhm.
barely in this now. That was the one doing like the tarot cards and stuff. So
Okay.
they've kind of like demoted her, I feel like. But I think she got a DUI recently, so that might be why. I don't know. She's dealing with
Okay,
some personal
who
issues.
was the one that was on the cardboard that she knocked over?
That was Mia. So she's not in this
Okay.
episode, but it sounds like she's in Hawaii getting engaged or something, and she'll be on next
Oh,
time. So
okay.
oh, okay.
Okay.
Grace Lilly's DUI was actually December 29th, so that wouldn't have affected filming last time, obviously, unless they're like cutting her out. Maybe she's just not a lot in this. Wait, she got arrested on charge of second-degree harassment. I thought
Oh.
she had a DUI. I don't know. And they found pills in her car, Xanax.
Ooh. Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Doesn't explain the harassment, so we'll look into that, but I don't know if that is why they cut her out or if she just wasn't as big of a part anymore. When I watched the first season, it was like she was, like, the main character, so
Mm.
things have changed, obviously, but I don't know, I don't have many thoughts about her on this episode. She was just doing tarot cards and kinda background character, so
Yeah. Yeah, no. It was more so about, like, girl being mad about the hot dog names and feeling like, "Girl, this isn't even about you. If she's not
no.
freaking worried about it, why are you so worried about it?" Like, and then you're going around the one thing that stuck out in this scene was, like, you're picking up these people's hot dog with your hand and then putting it on a napkin. If
Yeah,
you don't pick up the damn with the napkin, like, you're still touching these people's food. I
yeah.
I just couldn't fucking that's why I was paying attention to that, I don't know.
It's those things that you just don't wanna think about when you get food out or takeout or any food. It's just like, pretend it doesn't happen. Nobody's touched this with their fingers. Like, I don't know if you've ever been to a restaurant where they, like, put their hands on the top of the glass and you're just like, just for my well-being and mental health, I'm not gonna think about these things." So, I worked in
Right.
restaurants for years, though, and I never saw anything weird. Like, did you ever watch that Waiting movie?
Mm-mm.
Oh gosh, don't watch it. You'll never eat at a restaurant again. It's like an old Ryan Reynolds movie from like
Mm,
2005. It's really good. It's really funny, but
mm.
the stuff they show that people do to your food, you'll never go back to a restaurant. But I can confirm I never saw that. You know what the worst thing I ever saw was? Was a
What?
customer. Okay, I don't know if they do this anymore, but on the bar you have like the stacks of straws, right? And so I was off shift, like drinking with some friends in the bar, right? And so the girl working the bar had left the room, and this customer, I guess like this drunken teenager guy, or not teenager, but like early 20s, didn't realize I worked there sitting in the bar. He spit a bunch on his hand and rubbed it over the top of all of the straws. It was the most horrifying thing I've ever seen. And I was like, yeah,
You're a sick bitch. Like, why would you do that? You
that's
know
what
what I
I'm
mean?
saying.
Like,
It's
you're
just,
a sick bitch. Like, because there's literally no reason for that besides just being a sick bitch
yeah,
and knowing, like, oh my God, all of these people are drinking my
yeah.
saliva right now. And what if you have something,
Yeah,
you
and so
know?
these are the things I
Wow.
can't think about or you would
So
never,
you
like,
just remove the
oh,
straws,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah,
You
like,
just,
thank
yeah,
goodness
yeah.
I saw it, and I've always just thought of that moment every time I'm at a restaurant now and being like, "You just so" like and like I said, I worked in restaurants for years, and that was the one time I saw it, so it is rare, but it is out there, so
Because and the straws be sitting there with no wrapper on them too.
yeah,
Oh
then they
my
did,
I okay, well,
maybe
now I'll tell you what, I'll never take a straw out of an open ever
don't do
again.
it.
I'll tell you that,
Wrap
I'll tell you that.
wrap straws only.
That's
What?
funny.
We're on so many tangents today.
I know, sorry guys. Alright, focus. This last conversation.
I feel like
We're
I've just
almost there.
scarred everyone for life from restaurants. I'm
You know
sorry,
what? You've
guys, I'm
done us
sorry.
all a solid. I bet you no one listening to this will ever take a straw, an open straw from a bar, from a restaurant, make sure it's closed.
I know, I feel so bad though, because 'cause I'm like, I don't want you guys to
No,
think of this.
doing the Lord's work.
Pa
It's
Wrapped straws only for this crew.
wrapped
See,
straws only.
you're learning so much here, so much today,
Yeah,
so
so much to learn.
back to the
Anywho,
show.
this last conversation, what the hell are they fighting about? Okay, because I was like,
It's
they
confusing.
were like reunion, and we were friends, and we were close, and we were not, and you were this, and you were this, and the girlfriend tried to come in, and she stuttered. And they're like, "You have a problem with the truth." I'm like, "Who? What?"
I think basically Will and Emmy were, like, terrible to Maddie and against her with these other people with this, like, fake rumor, but then at the last minute, they decided to tell her the truth, and so now they're cool, and then that pisses off, like, Brad and TJ and everyone else because, like he said, I could show you texts from them that, like, whatever he said, like, that they hated you and all this stuff, but I don't exactly understand why Maddie's still well, she's still mad at them because of this fake rumor, right? But it seems like she forgave Emmy and Will, so I don't know. That's what I
So
gathered from
forgive,
it.
yeah, yeah. I think we're gonna get a continuation
Yeah.
of it. So hopefully it'll make more sense because I was like, what the fuck is happening? Like, what are we fighting about here?
Yeah. And what did you think of Brad's girlfriend jumping in? Like, stay out
I
of it.
mean, yeah, it's like, what does it have anything to do with her? Like, I get her trying to like have her man's back, but sometimes you just not your pig, not your farm, just fucking chill. But
Yeah.
also, if you talking to my man crazy, depending on how much he's my man, I'm gonna have to get in your ass. So I get that perspective, you know?
Yeah. It's hard because she wasn't, like, involved or there with any of it, but I also get defending your boyfriend, but
Yeah, like if you're like in his face doing this, like it's like, okay, bitch,
yeah.
watch it, you know? Like,
Yeah, it made sense. So I'm excited to see the next episode and get more, like, figure out what's going on here because,
yeah,
yeah, they are fighting about the reunion, which happens a lot on these shows, right? A lot of the fights continue on from the reunion, but it is kind of silly when you really think about it that they're all fighting about something that didn't even happen. Like the whole season, last season was based off of these rumors, which proved to be not true. And now we're into the next season and you're still fighting about the shit that didn't even happen. So,
right. And it's like, how do you confirm that it didn't happen? Like, I'm so curious, you know?
yeah, I guess the girl said admitted it didn't happen, but yeah, who do you really know is telling the truth? Plus, this guy had cheated on Maddie before, so he is a cheater. So really, I'm sure he cheated with somebody. It's probably true.
It's probably true.
Just maybe not in that instance, but
Yeah, but
somebody.
yeah, this is the wrong instance, but you did
Yeah,
it just with somebody else.
that's the thing. I think they were just banking on it. Like he's a known cheater. He probably cheated. Let's just go with it. And by the time that this airs, I'm sure he cheated with somebody. Someone's gonna come
Right,
forward. So.
right.
But yeah, Maddie's this ex is not even on the show. She's with Joe and now Will's not on it. So we are missing some of the like key characters here. So
Mhm.
but Molly did tell us it's gonna be a great season and I think they'll move on from this reunion fight and new fights will happen. So definitely check out the interview with Molly. Any other thoughts before we go?
Nope, just you guys let us know if you're watching Southern Hospitality. If you guys are into it, we'll keep it going. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So you guys let us know your thoughts in the comments.
Yeah. Keep us posted. And it's Love is Blind reunion day. So we have tons of Love is Blind content out and House of Villains and all of our regular Bravo shows. So go check that out and we'll see you next time. Thanks for listening. Bye,
Bye,
guys.
guys.